Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today because Jake Paul's feelings were hurt. Now, I know you've all seen the conservative white woman skit by comedian DRUSKI. Well, he did not put a name on that skit. However, a hit dog hollered, and Erica Kirk tweeted, "But if I was to do blackface in a comedy skit, I would be called out as a racist." Why, yes, Erica. Yes, you would. So this is where I feel Jake got this bright idea of his. During a recent interview, he revealed that he's been meeting or calling different makeup artists to do a blackface skit. And in his defense, it would be all in the name of comedy, right? If they can do it, we can do it. Now, there's some AI images floating around of Jake Paul in full blackface getup, but I believe those are just AI photos. He hasn't released any type of clip or anything like that. He's just speaking on it. So we don't know for sure if he's going to actually do it or not. The people have spoken. The black community has spoken, and baby, they said, all right. All right, Jake. All right. So as much as the white community tries to turn a blind eye to the fact that they know blackface is rooted in racism and was meant to humiliate, dehumanize the black community, they want to act like, oh, well, if they can do it, we can do it. Now, they also love to use the movie White Chicks as their example. And that really is that's really their only defense. They don't differentiate the fact that that is actually based on comedy. Versus when white people do blackface, they like to do stereotypical things. They like to eat fried chicken, eat watermelon. It's really just an excuse for them to let their inner racism out. The things that they've really been wanting to say, this is their way of saying it and then just backing it up with, it's a comedy skit. But I pulled a couple clips for y'all of people who are just not feeling Jake Paul, and we're gonna take a look.
Jake Paul just did an interview, and he said that he's hitting up makeup artists because he plans on doing a blackface skit. And that's all I gotta say about that. It better be funny. The problem with white people trying to portray black people is it's never funny because y'all never really do jokes. You don't take satire from something that you actually seen or base it on anything. You just take a bunch of stereotypes and put it into a video. A bunch of chicken, a bunch of watermelon, black, like the color black. You're not even like, not saying black people aren't that dark, but y'all all do the same thing. Make yourself completely black, big red lips, and just say a whole bunch of unfunny stuff. Chicken this, watermelon that, Kool-Aid this. Like, that's not funny. If you're going to do it, it just needs to be funny. That's it. Make it funny. Not super racial, not super stereotypical. You know what I'm saying? Y'all always go that lane, and that's why y'all always get the backlash y'all get. Like, personally, I feel like we've moved in a space where you could do it, but first of all, it can't be blackface. You can't be completely black, big red lips. It's not going. But if you actually make yourself look like somebody, look like an actual person, and you make fun of something that they did, I promise you it's not going to be no backlash about it because, we have to be able to dish what we put out there. If we laugh at DRUSKI, we got to laugh at Jake. But again, it has to be funny. If it's not funny, bro, just hang it up.
Y'all, somebody go tell Jake Paul if he want that jaw broke in multiple places again, baby, do exactly what you planning to do. Because you're not a comedian, you are not DRUSKI, and you cannot do any parodies when it comes down to black people. Now, one thing about it and two things for sure, okay, you can say the DRUSKI skit was whiteface, and you can say that he was wrong for doing it. But it doesn't take away the fact that you're trying to plan a blackface skit, and you are trying to do it to get some outrage from the black community. Baby, If you do it, we will show you exactly how our black cancel culture is. We will cancel you bigger than you've ever been canceled before. I don't care about nothing that you got going on and nothing that you think that you are bigger than. You are not bigger than the system or the program. If we see that blackface skit come out just to dang on get back at Drewski's conservative skit, we on your ass. Okay, y'all, somebody better go tell Jake Paul we don't play like that. And somebody go tell Jake Paul, baby, you're not bigger than the program. We don't care who you vote for.
Jake Paul, he lost his damn mind. We all seen the skit that Drewski did, right? Jake Paul is trying to justify him doing blackface because of what Drewski did. Jake, I know you a self-proclaimed boxer, but don't get your ass fucked up. Boxing different than the streets, my boy. What Drewski did and blackface is two totally different things. Y'all know the history of this, but listen to what Jake Paul said.
Because
listen to
I've
shit.
been over the last couple of days calling makeup artists.
Calling.
And I was gonna do a response to this and like go and do like the full-on darker. Yeah.
For what?
And do it and just do it back.
Why are you so mad?
Yeah.
This shit is crazy. Drewski got these people so mad that this man Jake Paul was contemplating for 2 days to call up so he could do blackface. He trying to make it seem like it's the same thing when it's not. And then he had the nerve to say he could just try to get one of the comedy people to agree with it, or people that has a big name like Charles Barkley. What?
The part that angers us, we know it's always gonna be idiots, always gonna be racist people who can't think outside of color. But it's the fact that it's so stupid, bro. Like Jake Paul, he seen the Drewski skit and he's like, keep that same energy. I'm about to do it. Like he really just dropped a fucking bomb, bro. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. First, you saying like, yo, like keep that same energy when I do it. Bro, we giving y'all the same energy that was initially gave to us. We just reciprocating, bro. Like, your grandparents is the creators. They the birth of this, man. And then, I'm not even a comedian, bro. I haven't seen the Jake Paul skit once. And if I did, I haven't seen it because I know that shit wasn't funny. That's why I forgot. Like, just sit this one out, gang. Stick to boxing old niggas who on the way to the retirement home, bro. Just do that.
So we know that Drewski did the Erica Kirk skit recently, but Jake Paul spoke about how he felt about it. And he said that he actually, in a couple of days, he's gathering some makeup artists and he's doing a blackface skit. This right here is crazy work, because at the end of the day, I simply think that Drewski was doing it for the comedic side of things. Like, you know, just like because he's a comedian. But I see a lot of people like are literally trying to cancel Drewski. Like they're literally trying to get him up out of here. Like Jake Paul, it's to the point like you could tell he feels some type of way, like the way he's wording stuff in this interview, the way he's saying it. Look, like, let me just show y'all.
And I was gonna do a response to this and like go and do like the full-on darker. Yeah. And do it and just do it back because why not? Yeah. Like, are we on the same playing field? Like, I think if there's a way to do it, singing in well, even this sentence. But if there's a way to do it, I've been here many times. If there's a way to do it, I think there needs to be some black support for this. That makes us, if we have to partner with someone. Drewski just dropped this.
Like, bro, he is so crazy because he's trying to say that it's cool to do it. You know, it's the comedy thing, so I'm going to do it back, right? But if you ain't feel no type of way, why are you doing it back? Saying that, yeah, Drewski, what he's doing is cool because it's allowing us to make fun of each other. But he's not doing it for that reason, to like be like, okay, we are adults, we can have fun and make up after. No, he's doing it like because you're not going to keep talking about the people that he's talking about. I'm not going to lie, at the end of the day, we already know what Jake Paul be on. And he said he got one coming soon. I cannot wait to see what he puts in this clip or this skit or whatever you call it. Because he's upset. You could tell he's fired up. He's boiling hot. Like I said, you could tell Drewski was doing it just for the comedy side of things. But Jake Paul and whoever he's going to have help him, they're not going to be doing it for that reason.
So y'all know they about to hit us with some blackface skits, right? These people are mad about this Drewski skit. They pissed. Just know they finna come with a blackface skit. They finna come left and right with these blackface skits. But y'all don't feed into it. Don't react to it. Don't give them what they want.
I knew this was coming. Those W conservatives are raging mad and they want revenge. They want revenge on Drewski because Drewski made that skit on Erica Kirk and he was spot on. And a lot of W folks on the radical left were celebrating. They thought it was funny. To me, the skit was real funny, but a lot of those radical conservatives didn't think it was funny. Even though they celebrated January 6th when they stormed D.C., even though they celebrated George Floyd, they thought it was funny when he had a knee on his neck. They thought they made excuses for Tamir Rice. They had all kinds of excuses for everything that happened to us, right? And now they said that they want to do blackface. And we know that this was a skit that even W folks thought was funny, where we know what blackface was and how they was depicting the black man, right? We know what that was about, but they want to invoke blackface now, where they've been controlling our image for forever, right? But they're upset because DRUSKI came out, and remember he did this.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
I serve a righteous God, and that is why we say our prayers. And we are all His children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy, blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible. Sweet cream foam chai ice matcha. And Bella will have all organic puck cup. Organic? Yes, everything organic. We have to protect all men in America, especially all white men in America. Those are the boys that we care about in this country. America is built on their backs. Yes, because they are the ones who mattered most.
Let me tell you something. That skit was so effective that it got almost 100 million views. Now, mind you, he has about 15 million views on Instagram, but that video almost at 100 million, right? People from all over the world was watching that, and so many W women thought it was funny. They were celebrating it because what I learned was a lot of women don't like Erica Kurt. A lot of women, this is just people online, they thought that she was faking. Man, listen, there's a lot of people that's not feeling her and feeling that whole TPUSA. They wasn't feeling Charlie Kirk, and they're voicing their opinion on this. This ain't even black folks, but this thing.
I just came on here to state my opinion about Jake Paul talking about he's gonna do blackface. Excuse the fact that I look like this. I literally am not gonna do anything to my face. I just did like a skincare routine, got out the shower, everything. So we're just this is all I got for tonight. But anyways, back to what I was going to say. I feel like, personally, you cannot say as a white person that the DRUSKI skit was racist or weird when black people have been dealing with our skin complexion being mocked for years. On years. Not only have we been dealing with that, we've also been dealing with discrimination, prejudices, and blatant racism, abuse, torture. I mean, the list goes on top of blackface. So it's like you're scrutinizing us, and then you're also doing blackface, and then you're also projecting stereotypes that aren't even true. As opposed to the DRUSKI skit, that was more accurate in the first place. And secondly, I mean, racist white people are lucky that all DRUSKI is doing a skit and painting his skin in a lighter complexion. You should be lucky with all this stuff that black people have endured. That's all he's doing is making a joke. That's literally that's the least he could do. Again, as opposed to a white person trying to do blackface, it's like, why else would you want to do that? Like, what is your reason? We didn't enslave y'all. We didn't scrutinize y'all. We didn't appropriate y'all culture for years. We didn't do anything to you guys really, but exist and be stolen from different parts of the world and forced to build a country up in which we got no reparations for. And it is that deep. So again, if a black person wants to make a joke, which is usually pretty true, that's the least that he should be able to do. And again, you cannot be racist. You cannot be racist in a society where you are the minority and you will never have as much privilege as the other race in which they are accusing of being racist towards. But that's just my opinion.
Jake Paul just said that he was going to respond to DRUSKI's skit by doing a blackface skit, making fun of, I don't know if it was DRUSKI or just black people in general, because he thinks that might be funny. Look, in all honesty, the way I feel about it is, Jake Paul, if it's gonna keep you out the ring and keep you from putting that bullshit on Netflix you call boxing, I'm all for it. Right? You need to change your careers now. Okay, so look, I'm all for it if it means Jake Paul never boxing again. Hell, do blackface.
When it comes down to it, people just don't get it. They just don't get it. Jake Paul coming out here talking about doing a blackface skit. First off, if you have to say that, that's already a problem in itself. But if you're saying in response to DRUSKI, right? This is my point. If you want to do a skit on like Steve Harvey or like, he mentioned Charles Barkley, right? It could be something like talk show host or basketball analyst be like, and then just go into it and, do the bit. The problem is, you guys want to just put on a face and then dance around with fried chicken and watermelons and grape soda as if that's funny, and it's not. Like, you guys want to do all the stereotypical, you know, uh, negative things in the black community versus actually making a bit. There was nothing negative about what Drewski did. And then the other thing was, he didn't call out people directly. So if the shoe fits, I mean, but nobody is stopping, white people from doing any type of bit. You know what I'm saying? Just make it funny and just not racist and just stereotypical. That's literally it. But in order to do that and to be funny, you have to be somewhat a part of the culture to understand what actually, is going on, what's actually funny, for more black people to support that bit. The same way you have white people that support what Drewski did. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to just go the stereotypical route, that's just not funny. Put some effort into it, and I'm sure it'll go over well.
Listen, let's talk about this blackface and this whiteface thing. So, Jake Paul came out and said that he been thinking about and he been reaching out to makeup artists and everything, and he's gonna try to do a blackface. And he's saying, like, he asked Theo Von, like, do you think I should do it? But my thing is, when Drewski did his first whiteface skit, when he did the redneck skit, do you see how many white people came out and supported Drewski during that skit when they was at the NASCAR doing all this and that and shit? And with the Alabama guy, do you not see how many white people come out and support Drewski when he doing these skits? Now, I want you to turn that around, and if not Theo Von, if Jake Paul can get multiple black people to join in on that skit with him and get it done like Drewski did, then maybe that's different. But to make it that you are doing basically you're fighting back with the whiteface skit because of Drewski with the blackface skit because of Drewski doing the whiteface skit, then no, it don't make sense. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this.
So if Jake Paul does a blackface skit, because he said he wanted to do that on Theo's show, right? If Jake Paul does a blackface skit, is he canceled?
Jake Paul, the wannabe boxer / used to be YouTuber, was on a podcast where he shared that over the course of the last 3 days, he's contacted a makeup artist so that he can put on blackface in response to what Drewski did when he was, pretending as conservative women and how they act. Now, I have some things to say about that. Go ahead and do it because, baby, who cares? Who cares? And if you decide to go with this skit, baby, it might be your last skit. And it's nothing new. It's nothing new. Blackface has been going on since the 1800s. 1830s to be exact. So what is new? And the fact that the guy who you were doing that podcast with said maybe you can get someone to support it, as in Drewski, and then he named Charles Barkley, baby, nobody is going to support that. Putting on blackface is racism. So again, no one cares. If you feel as though it's that serious to respond to Drewski, it's an ignorant move, and who's calling for that? No one.
Jake Paul saying he gonna respond to Drewski conservative white woman skit by putting on blackface. Sir, I know you still looking for the coins that Anthony Joshua knocked out of your fucking skull, but you're not gonna get the response from the black folks you're looking for. They've been doing that shit. 1830, I think, was the first time they did blackface way back then. We're in 2026. You're not doing anything new. Been done over and over and over and over and over again. And yeah, yawn. You thought you was, you done did the YouTube thing. You done been a fake ass boxer, and now you was with that tyrant tortoise in a toupee. Now you want to jump into politics and shit. And you and your brother go on some fucking where. Go on, find y'all. Like, y'all ain't got no girlfriends, no wives, no nothing. Because you really thought, oh, whoa, black people are going to, this is really going to show the blacks. They're really going to get, they're going to see, we're going to show them. Yep. Many centuries late, you are. Late to the party, as usual. But yeah, try again, Jakey. Try again.
What's up, y'all? I'm in my bed. I'm resting, okay? But let's talk about it. Jake Paul. Why you out here trying to look for makeup artists so you can do blackface? Why don't you just do it yourself? You so tough with it with your chest. Ain't you the same dude that talked a whole bunch of bull crap to that black young man who you was boxing, and you said you was gonna do this, that, and the third, and then he turned around and rocked your world? Ain't you that same one that ended up in the hospital, and then you had to have your jaw wired? He beat you up so bad that you filed a lawsuit against him for a boxing match that you signed up for, signing a clause, knowing that is a possibility of getting hurt while you in the ring, but you still decide that you want to sue somebody because you want to fight somebody, and your racist behind got your behind handed to you. Ain't you that same person? But now you want to do a blackface with DRUSKI because DRUSKI did what he did. Won't you find your own makeup artist? Won't you do it yourself? It seems like nobody else wants to come out the woodwork and help you because they know what's going to happen. They're going to get ostracized. They're going to get called out. It's going to be hell for them. That's why nobody's trying to come out and do it. Why don't you just do it yourself? You so bold and bad with it. Go ahead and do it yourself, sir. I think somebody needs to rock your jaw again. You know? I think you didn't get knocked upside your head enough. Because we all know you can't fight. We saw that in the ring.
I was watching this video where where Jake Paul's talking about doing blackface. And I'm gonna say it like my boy said. I wish a motherfucker would. Come on, Jake Paul, do some blackface. Because when you do it, the slew of historical facts about blackface is going to come out of every black person's ass. We gonna start pulling that shit out like it was fucking Christmas. Please give us the gift so we can fucking show you exactly what the historical context of blackface versus the historical context of whiteface. We got 100 years of this shit, so come on. Jake, show me what you're working with, baby. Bring it. Because, boy, you have no idea.
Why I see Jake Paul on the Theo Von show talking about, nigga scary ass talking about, oh, I was going to do a response to DRUSKI since it's all fair game and all this. Bro, y'all been doing that, bro. What is going on with these y'all? These people are insane, bro. These white folk, bro. That shit got them bent out of shape, but they forgot who really played the game, who was really doing it in the beginning. And then off the top of that, DRUSKI video was mocking one person. Like, she ain't the first person DRUSKI has ever mocked. Y'all type because it was a white woman. All right, yo. Niggas can't take what y'all dish. That shit funny as fuck. That Lily Orchard, John, she was doing blackface. Only difference is we ain't give a fuck when she did it because we like, okay, cool, dork, you still doing that lame ass shit. We didn't care. We seen this song and dance before, but now when the shit's on the opposite foot, niggas is tight. Soft as baby shit, I promise you. I want every celebrity or every person that want to do blackface, do it, please. If that's the response y'all want to take to him mocking Erica Kirk, let's see it. I want to see it. Enough talk. Like, let's see y'all actually produce these videos. Let's see how they all play out, how that's going to go for y'all. It ain't going to go too well. We know that, though.
This is how you know people don't take 2 seconds to actually think and look into things before they just post anything. He said he was going to do blackface, not that he already did. He literally just said this. And this is definitely an AI photo. His teeth are not that straight. Let's be for real. And I quote, she says, a black comedian named DRUSKI, who I have never heard of, doesn't mean anything, wore white-faced. It's whiteface, and it doesn't correlate to blackface at all. But okay. Dressed as Erica Kirk and mocked her, so boxer Jake Paul decided to dress as DRUSKI and see how he likes it. The black community is melting down. The shoe is on the other foot. Not quite so funny, is it? Honey, the things you guys will do for clicks and views is astounding. She quite literally in that very thread, when everybody's saying that this is AI, says, oh, it's not. Yeah. Literally right here, which it happens often when this is the case, literally says that this image is not real. And need I fucking remind you, whiteface is not a fucking thing. It does not hold the same weight. It doesn't equate or compare to blackface. Blackface is rooted in racism. So regardless when and if he does this, that doesn't mean anything. Hurt feelings is not facts. Hurt feelings is not history. It takes 2 seconds to Google this. Go to a library and look into it. Whiteface is not a thing. Again, that is your hurt feelings. That is not historically or logically even a thing. Blackface is literally historically rooted in racism. It is meant to be derogatory, dehumanizing, and to mock the black community. Literally not the same. You guys sound and look foolish saying this dumb shit, especially using an AI photo like that. Took me 2 seconds to verify that that photo was not real. If it were, Jake Paul himself would have posted it. Let's be for real.
Honestly, Jake Paul is so lame because he just wants all this attention all the time. And it's cool because that's the new currency, but it's lame with how people like him do it. Yeah, Drewski did the little whiteface thing, but we've always done that. White chicks, it's always been a funny thing, especially when we do it, because it's never out of harm. We don't go colonizing white people and pillaging them and blah, blah, blah. But whites in power have, and they do it across the globe, even to other whites. So when a white does it, of course, it's gonna make some people upset. But on the other hand, it don't be funny. That's the main key. It's never been about y'all just being white and trying to do blackface. It's the fact that y'all do it out of hate. The reason Drake was questionable was because what was that blackface he did before? And then him, like, what even was that? And when Robbie Downey Jr. did it, Thunder Tropic, whatever this shit's called, nobody cared. When we found out, nobody really cared. There was no public outrage. Like, we love Robert Downey Jr. I feel like there's probably another blackface somewhere that we didn't really care about, but I can't even think about it because that's how much we didn't care about it. We love white comedians like Will Ferrell and, you know, etc., etc. But y'all just don't be funny. It's not funny. And we know the humor is different. That's why you don't have a lot of famous, really funny white people. And you have more funny black people because they're just more funny. And it's evident and it's just the truth. So when it can get funny, then it won't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But watch, if Jake Paul does it, it's probably not going to be funny. And it's just like, what are you doing? We already don't like you. You haven't tried to do anything. You're just a grifter. So you're just trying to feed off of the negativity, and that's going to crash and boil at the end of the day for you. But whatever, it don't matter. You're going to do what you want to do. You think what you're doing is right because you're in a place of power. So whatever.
Some of y'all truly got smooth baby brains if you think that this is okay. Whiteface is not a thing, okay? Also, I want to add, I've seen white men do what Drewski has done just without the suit. And they get the laughs and all these accolades and followers. Blackface originated from minstrel shows where people, literally white men, by the way, dressed up and painted themselves in, I think, tar and put these huge lips on themselves and walked around being stupid. To try and supposedly mimic our entire race. They tried to make us look stupid, dehumanize us because they hated us. They were racist. When a person of any color dresses up like a stereotypical white woman, it's not rooted in that type of history. So if I see anybody dressing up in blackface, I'm gonna write you off as a racist. That's it. Point blank, period.
Okay, so I don't think y'all gonna like this topic, but I want to talk about blackface. It's the fact that everybody's talking about Drewski being Erica Kirk and blah 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 blah, and so now the white people are like, well, we want to do blackface. I mean, why not? He get to do whiteface. Why can't we do blackface? And you know what? I'm not gonna sit here and say y'all haven't already done it, but it was in a rude way. Now I feel like if y'all do blackface in a good, positive way, I'll watch it. I'll watch it and I won't feel the type of way. Okay? I don't know about everybody else. I don't know about everybody else, but I know that it wouldn't bother me if you decide to make a skit like Drewski's. Like, as long as you keep it cute. Okay? Don't be putting no little monkeys and y'all know what I'm talking about. Little monkeys and watermelons and chicken. And we ain't doing none of that. We not doing none of that. Think about your skit. Make it funny to where you would think that we would enjoy it. And go from there. Just don't be nasty about it. Other than that, I'm cool. It don't bother me. I don't know about anybody else, but it don't bother me. All right.
Now, I don't know if Jake Paul has some black friends that will talk him out of this, because I really feel like it's not going to go the way that he want. It's not. It really not. And I did see a clip of this radio host, a white man, who was saying if anybody can pull this off, it would be Jake, because he is uncancelable. So I don't know much about Jake Paul from what I see. I guess he's got a very big following. So I don't know. Is he uncancelable, y'all? I really feel like this is a lot of talk. I really don't think he's going to go through with it. If he did go through with it, I would be quite surprised. I would be quite surprised, and he better tread lightly, basically. Tread lightly, because if there's a smidge of racism in it, oh, they coming for his ass. Oh, they coming for his ass. They coming. Do y'all think there's gonna be like a back and forth between Jake and Drewski? Like, do you think Drewski will respond to Jake? I feel like it depends on what the skit is looking like, what he's saying about Drewski. I see this going all sorts of wrong. Bitch. So many bad decisions are going to be made if he does this skit. But y'all let me know down below how y'all are feeling. Are we like, come on, bring it, Jake? Or are we like, tread lightly, mub, because we gonna come for your ass? Look, what's his name? Joshua Anthony already knocked his ass out. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. He mad this big black man done broke his jaw, and now this is his way of getting back at the big black man. All right, y'all. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, what? To the end of the video? You must have caught a vibe. Oh, what? I said you must have caught a vibe. Hey, what that mean? Subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.